This video has quite a bit of delay. Last summer I went to the mountains for vacation. In the garden I saw how a Roman snail crept through the grass. As someone who is both interested in nature and game development, this was pretty interesting to me. That snail dragged itself slowly forward and used the tentacles to check in which direction it should go next. The 4 tentacles help get an idea of the 3-dimensional space of about the size of its body. It is a very simple kind of sensing the surroundings, but it seems to work pretty well. This reminded me of 2 videos I watched previously. Let's start with the big fish. I think most people watching my channel know Sebastian Lague. He explored some of the more known types of how creature movement is simulated, for example swarm dynamics or ant movements. Definitely worth a watch if you haven't already. The other guy has a bit of a smaller channel. It's Game Endeavour. Unlike Sebastian Lague, he is working on an actual game. In my favorite video of his, he explains how the AI of the monsters work.
And found a context-based steering behavior that inspired what I'm currently using. This is very similar to the behavior that I mentioned before, but it keeps a record of how desirable different directions are and chooses the most preferred direction that it can perform. For example, say I were to set down a carrot for Truffles to snack upon. Odds are that he's going to move directly towards that carrot. That would be the obvious choice, but hold on there Truffles, not so fast. He could, in theory, step off to the side for a bit, make a big half circle around the carrot, and then go in for the snack. It would be rather silly, yes, but it's still an option. So to help Truffles evaluate the different directions that he could take, I'm storing his options as weights that he can check and pick the most desirable path in the event that some of his options may be limited. To help me visualize these weights as I'm developing the movement systems and help you visualize them while binging these devlogs and subliminally clicking blue thumbs, I have created a gizmo that can draw what the AI is thinking. Each line represents the direction that they are considering. Green lines showing a desire to move towards that direction, with the longer lines being more desirable, and red lines meaning that they have absolutely no desire to move in that direction. So as you can see, when one direction becomes obstructed, then the AI will pick the next best option and move in that direction instead.
The tentacles of the snail reminds me of those weighted lines, although they are not completely the same. They are similar in that the snail knows which direction is obstructed or negatively weighted, and which direction is free to go to or positively weighted. But they also have additional functionalities like judging the size of the free space, or detecting shadows of birds, or noticing if they are touched. If you are interested, you can watch the snail move around for the rest of the video, and if you aren't, then this is where the video ends. Goodbye.